Welcome address.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. Respected Chief Guest Mr. Mukhilan Ramasamy, respected Director Ma'am, Principal Sir, Professors and HODs from various departments, my fellow colleagues and my dear students. I welcome you all for this workshop on problem solving and ideation, which is an IIC calendar activity that is being framed by the Ministry of Education Institution Innovation Council. So today we all gathered here to discuss about a very important concern of the society, that is nothing but ideation. Problem solving requires both an ability to correctly define a problem and to provide a solution. But ideation is nothing but it is regarded as a creativity, that is the ability to come up with some new ideas, and we have to know the ways to do it, and then we have to test that idea and then solve the problem. So the rule number one and the main rule of this ideation is there is no such thing as a bad idea, which means the key of this good ideation session is that every person in the session has to feel comfortable to tell their ideas. So I hope this workshop will give good ideation to you all. I would on the behalf of our college again I thank our chief guest for accepting our invitation and would like to extend my gratitude towards our director ma'am for encouraging us always and giving valuable inputs for conducting such workshops and seminars. I am thankful to our principal sir for his constant support and guidance given to us whenever it is required. I am thankful to IIC Vice President of SIMATS Dr. Srinivasan sir for his encouragement and support as always. I feel honored to welcome all HODs and my fellow colleagues for taking a keen part in this workshop. I am sure that you all will feel enriched with knowledge after the completion of this event. So I welcome you all once again for this workshop and hope that you will have a great time. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Dr. Ramkumar and Dr. Anita Sri to felicitate our chief guest. I request Professor Anita Sri to give a brief intro about our chief guest.
Good afternoon. So sadly, I'm so sorry, so little delay. I take immense pleasure to introduce our beloved chief guest, Mr. Mukhilan Ramasamy sir. First of all, I'd like to give our great gratitude, sincere gratitude to you for accepting our invitation and came here for to inculcate our students in terms of this problem solving and ideation. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation. And I'm very proud to introduce Mr. Mukhilan Ramasamy sir. He is the co-founder and CEO of Skylab Drones. Is a board member of Academic Council in RVC College of Engineering, Bangalore, and is chief design engineer for the project Vyoma between 2009 to 2015, and in which he designed up to 8 unmanned aerial vehicles which have been successfully test flown and participated in SAE International Aero Design in 2011 and 2012, secured 8th and 7th out of 75 teams worldwide. And is graduated in mechanical engineering from RVC College of Engineering, Bangalore, and he did his Master of Science in Aerospace and Aeronautical and Astronautical Engineering in the year 2014 from Purdue University, and he acquired many things more than he started his career around 2015 as an entrepreneurship, and in his young age he has accomplished many projects for government sectors as well as the public sector, and there's no words to express his achievements, a few of them, and that I would like to say here. That is about his very good projects, with what he has contributed all over the world to. In the year 2014, he worked on conceptual design of modular homes for Dharavi slum, which is happened in 2014, between Jan 2014 to May 2014, which is a new modular home designed for the benefit of Dharavi slum, and innovative business model which is made to make the project commercial and lucrative for both the government and corporate. Another very important project is that we design of an air transportation system using agent-based modeling in the year 2013, and another project called design and performance evaluation of an fixed wing MAV in the year 2012, and dynamics of Mars satellite probe in the year 2011, and design and development of UAV for aerial surveillance in the year Jan 2011, between Jan and May 2011, and design and fabrication of 200 millimeter span flapping wing micro air vehicles in the year Jan 2010. And he has accomplished many things in terms of awards, acquisition of awards and honors. The prestigious award called the NASA Systems Award in the year 2013, he was awarded for developing the best systems engineering for design and development of unmanned aerial vehicles. Won the award among 75 other international teams, which is a very biggest achievement in terms of the NASA awards. And he obtained an honor for research and development in REC College of Engineering in the year 2012, and he acquired the Brigades Group of Young Achievers Award in the year 2010, and certificate for outstanding performance in SAE competitions, and obtained many research fellowships, many more things, and he obtained a very very important members, mainly the professional bodies in terms of Society of Automotive Engineers India and India's Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, and National Aerospace Laboratories, Bangalore. So we welcome you, sir, and thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request our Chief Guest, Dr. Mugilan Thiru Ramaswamy, to deliver a speech about the event.
Hello. First of all, thank you, Anita ma'am, for those words of introduction. Right, very happy to be here. I guess the entire list of achievements was not done by me. I think it was mostly my team. Right, I just had to be a part of that. So, I guess everyone here are engineering college students. How many of them are third year, fourth year? Can you please raise hands? And you are fourth year students? Okay, third year students? Oh, very wonderful. And anybody less than third year? Second year. Oh wow. Okay. Brilliant. So anyway, almost 10 years ago I remember sitting in very, actually more than 10 years ago I was one of you guys sitting here, right, doing all those projects what, Anita ma'am had just mentioned, right. So I'm very happy that so many people have shown interest. When I was studying, there was not many people showing this much interest in doing these kind of activities, but I've just had a chance to look at all the projects that you guys had, at least briefly looked at all the projects you guys have done, and it's fantastic that you guys are already thinking so much, right. Having said that, the event is mostly on ideation and entrepreneurship and things around that, right. I think one of the key things before I think is the fact that it's not about the list of things and awards and achievements stick with it and rank them and figure out and always figure out, question each other, why you think you believe in it, right? And continuously keep iterating. Right? When I started the company in 2015, I never thought I'll be doing what I'm doing today. For example, right? When we started in a garage. I was like literally with some of you guys, guys of your age were my first teammates in the company, right? They're all the second year, third year engineering students, and I was just past engineering, and we just started a company in our garage, right? So at that point we thought we'd do something in drones, but I had no idea of what we would be doing in drones. I had no industry experience. I mean, no idea about where this company lead or what product we're going to even build, right? From that standpoint on, the first thing I did was to figure out what to do, and we actually made ourselves ensure that we won a lot of awards, just so that we kind of get a lot of people to talk to us about what drones can be used for, right? And that's basically started the journey. We got a lot of customers who contacted us and told us, okay, can you build drone for doing this, drone for doing that, drones for we had a lot of ideas. I mean, people had more ideas than us, right? They asked me right from in drones, put a banner and show for advertisements, all the way up to drones for art transportation and whatever not, right? So we made a list of all these ideas and actually went ahead and asked them itself whether they would pay for it, whether 100 people will pay for it, right? What is the technological? Can we actually even build it, right, in that price point that they are going to give us the money for, right? The journey took us a while, and eventually we decided not to build drones at all. 2 years later, right? We then became completely a software outfit where we just do building software for drones, right? So the reason I told you this very brief, story is because of the fact that it's not about. It is definitely not about one idea or one particular journey of sorts and challenges of sorts. It is mostly about whether you're curious enough and whether you really enjoy building things, right? So as long as that is intact and that is as part of your core desire, you will eventually find your way, right? Because eventually you will learn from different people, and eventually you will find your way into whatever you need, starting a company or working in some really good research organization, right? Or working in some really good institution, building the things that you want to build, right? It is almost never about the first idea or the first set of ideas that you get. It is never about whether you get any sort of recognition or reward from it. It's all about just being there and enjoying almost enjoying what you do. And innovation, as most people have built so far, might look extremely fancy on the outside, but people who build every day, it is very, very not so fancy on the inside, right? So it is a hard, grueling journey, right? Sometimes you'll be like, why am I even doing this? I thought I'd be writing some equations and doing some computer simulations and so on and so forth. But that's only 10% of the work, right? 90% of the time we'll be going to shops or buying things and literally sleeping on workshop floors, right? So that is mostly the journey, and that's true for regardless of whether you are a small student organization or a very large company. If you really want to build something, it is the same. Right? Even now, my timetable doesn't sound as if I'm a co-founder, CEO, or meeting some extremely intelligent people on a day-to-day basis. It is still, I still sleep in the office, and I still get work done on a day-to-day basis. Right? So it is more or less the same. Right? Life never gets easier. the responsibilities grow bigger, right? So I think the time that you have right now is a wonderful time. You have a lot of free time during college. I think you should spend as much time as possible learning things and going over and beyond the curriculum and doing things. And I think you guys have already taken the first step. And I am very happy to be addressing this to people here. Right? Having said that, I would love to take questions. I don't want to take more time. Spend giving you guys something that you might already know and learn. I'd be happy to take more questions on whatever parts of doubts or things that you might have. Right? Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable information. Guys, if you have any doubts regarding your ideas, so you can get clarified now. Thank you.
Actually, anything is fine. I mean, I'm better answering questions than giving monologues.
Ask at least 3 questions so that we can wind it up soon. Okay, please. Any questions related to your entrepreneurship skill, whatever that you want to build a product, even in engineering, anything, sir is ready to give you. Okay, please.
Sir, your background is from mechanical engineering, but after learning everything, you started PG in aeronautics. Why the change?
Okay, that's a wonderful question, sir. So, to be honest, right, when I studied mechanical engineering, I was one of you, one of everybody here, right? So I had the opportunity to actually be part of some club in my college. So we used to build drones back then. I think the long list of whatever awards that ma'am had mentioned was because of the club, or not because of me. Right? So I was part of that club, and we used to build drones as part of the club. Right? I was in second year, very similar to you guys. Of course, I never learned anything in class. Right? So I used to mostly be in the workshop reading some book or the other, and the entire team, right? We all used to make some Excel sheet design and build the things, right? And that was I think that's the only worthwhile thing I did in college was building those drones and micro aerial vehicles and unmanned aerial vehicles, right? And that caught my interest in actually doing aerospace engineering. Right? So we used to participate in a lot of international competitions and won some few of them. We used, I think third year engineering, third year, fourth year, we were going to some international competition in USA. Right? So, and we used to recruit students as part of the college also. So we did that, and hence I had that aerospace engineering club. I wouldn't say that's the best decision of my life, right? But that's why I chose from mechanical electrical aerospace.
But you have a choice to work on aeronautical engineering as a designer or some other.
Correct.
But you have chosen entrepreneurship.
Correct.
The reason why?
Wonderful question. So in aerospace engineering, very unfortunately, aerospace engineering is more or less for 50 years has not done much. Right? If you actually go and figure out all your 747, 77, whatever Boeing aircraft, for 50 years is the same. Nothing has changed. right? In terms of the actual design of the airplane, it's not going faster. The one plane which went beyond speed of sound, Concorde, they retired, right? Because they're not efficient. So after that, nobody innovated so much in aerospace engineering. So, and because the companies themselves don't innovate, challenge is the field remains stagnant for a very long time. Right? So you can't, unfortunately or fortunately, there is not much fund or creation happening in aerospace engineering. Generally, worldwide, not only in India, everywhere. Right? The only thing that is happening right now with respect to aerospace, this thing is basically building rockets, but that rocket also is mostly technology which was in 1960s. They are just making it more and more, commercially available today. Right? So hardcore research in aerospace engineering is for the last 20-30 years is not happened. Right? So that's the challenge. So because of which what happened was when you go for jobs or when you go for research thing, you'll never, at least I felt that you will never be able to change something meaningful in the world. Right? You can't do something which never was created before. Not much opportunities. Right? And drones is one thing which was new in aerospace. Right? It was something which you can build in a garage. It was something that you can build software, you can do anything you want. Three people can sit together and make a company itself. Right? So that caught my attention. Right? And that's one of the reasons why I didn't go into research like aerospace design and all those kind of stuff, because I felt that there's nothing much to do in that field. I mean, beyond whatever other people can. Right? It's because I felt that if I'm doing the job and somebody else also can do similar job and 100 people can do the same job, then somewhere something didn't add up in my life. Right? So that's more or less the story. Any other questions? Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. As far as I am concerned, like everyone studying in the college will get the same knowledge, but what is the special thing to become an entrepreneur? Like, what is the extra knowledge that we need to gain in becoming what is the first step we have to do?
Wonderful question. So I think you're absolutely right? So in life, everybody gets more or less the same thing, right? So we all get similar school, we all go to the same school, right? More or less everybody goes to the same college, same engineering branch, right? But no, the major difference comes in not from what you receive, right? But what you do that matters. So, rather than thinking about what am I getting from your college, your parents, your whatever society in general, right? But if you think about what I can potentially do with currently what I have, right? It can be knowledge, it can be opportunities, it can be anything in the world. But how can I do something? Right? So for example, I'll give you an example. Right? So when I finished whatever engineering and I came back from US, me and my team, everybody were sitting in first we took a white sheet of paper and we asked ourselves, if I throw away my degree, if I tear everything whatever the society has given to me, right? What work can I actually do, right? And then I realized I was very unemployed. I didn't know anything because I didn't know anything which actually made use example, I did mechanical engineering. I didn't know how a car went. I had no idea, right? I didn't know how to even repair a car if the car was gone, right? I had absolutely no, mechanical skill sets what a actual mechanical engineer can have, right? So and then I came to myself and I told people that boss, if I go out and nobody know I'm from this college or this university, nobody's gonna even talk to me. Right? The best I can go is go to some retail store and become a salesperson. Because I knew some English and I could, say, okay, this is there, I can give. Right? So the challenge really, then what became of my 24 years or 23 years of education, right? Absolutely nothing. Right? So it's so important that you should realize that differentiation, you realize that it's not about what you get, right? You might have spent 20 years of, learning some books, doing all of that, but none of that is going to take you anywhere, right? What is going to change in terms of your life, in terms of entrepreneurship or anything, but in terms of entrepreneurship, what is entrepreneurship, right? It's you one of your own decisions. You take decisions, you have to earn money yourself, right? Nobody is there to support you, that's all. When you go to a job, somebody will tell you what needs to be done. In your own business, you will tell yourself what needs to be done. That's the only difference. Only one, nothing more than that. Right? So only if you figure out what you can do yourself from whatever you have, right? That nobody can, people can help you, can give you a good environment, things like that. But nothing beyond your own decision making and your own thought process of what you can do and what you have. Right? It's not the knowledge that matters. It is not the resources that matters. Right? It's just the mindset of us thinking about what can you do with what you have. Right? So today you might have a second year engineering student. Right? I might not know so much. A third year engineering student, I don't know so much. You will never know so much. Right? You might go to masters, you might go to MBA and IIM, you can do PhD in whatever Harvard, it still doesn't matter. Right? What actually matters is not the content of the knowledge, nobody's going to teach you anything. It's about with whatever you have, can I build something? Can I know something? Can I go sell something? Right? Can I actually be useful to the society in some way or the other? Right? With whatever you have today. Right? So that mindset, and once you get that mindset, I think things will start adding because you start accumulating, you start meeting people in that sphere who are very similar mindset to you. And that will slowly become a team, that will slowly become an idea, that will slowly become a company and that will go. Right? Made sense? Great.
Sir,
Yeah.
can I communicate in Tamil?
Yeah, please, Tamil.
சார் நீங்கள் என்டர்பிரனராக இப்போ ஆயிருக்கீங்க. என்டர்பிரனர் ஆகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரகிள் ஃபேஸ் பண்ணியிருப்பீங்கல்ல இந்த ப்ராடக்ட்டை பில்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு. அந்த எவ்வளோ டியூரேஷன் நீங்கள் எடுத்துருக்கீங்க?
நல்ல கேள்வி. ஸோ ஆண்டர்பிரனர் ஆகிறது நான் உங்கள் வயசு எவ்வளோ? 21. சரி, இந்த வயசில் தான் நானும் அரௌண்ட் 21 இயர்ஸ் தாட் ஓகே இப்போ தெரியுமா எனக்கு ஐடியா okay, nothing else. Sorry. Okay, got it. So, sorry. So when I was 21 years old, basically the first time I thought we'll start a company is when we had displayed one drone model in some exhibition, like very similar to this, right? But it was in Bangalore International Space Expo. Some army guy I know, some colonel of the army, and he looked at this drone and told, oh, this can be sold. Okay, that's all he told. And from that point onwards, I was like, wow, something what we can build in our workshop. Some army guy is selling this can be sold. Right? That's the spark. I thought, okay, we can start a company. We know enough to start a company because somebody selling can buy it. Right? That was when I was 21. When I eventually started the company, I was 24 years old. Right? And after that, by the time we sold our first drone to the army and whatever not, it took another 6 to 8 months. Okay? After knowing how to build, after knowing whatever, it still manufacturer? Are we going to do services? Are we going to fly a drone for people? Are we going to build some software for something? Are we going to do, multiple ideas, right? Because it is not about what you actually build. It's also about whether the business model is making sense, whether people will pay you regularly, month on month, somebody is going to pay you or not, right? So that entire journey took easily, after starting a company, took about 1.5 years. Easily. Okay. Before starting a company, to get to a stage where it took me to be confident and figure out team and everything, took me another 2 years. Right? So of course it will not be the same thing. But the biggest challenge I would say, in this time I would never say that I was never doubting myself. Okay? That's all not nonsense. Every day I was thinking whether I am actually doing something right, or am I going to whatever can I go do something else in life? Why am I even doing this? Because so when I started the company, we didn't. I'll tell you what are some of the things I did. We didn't have contacts, right? To actually half the customers I didn't know, right? We are now Ultratech SIMATS as a customer. We work with 50 of them. Start Steel as a customer. That time I didn't even know what Ultratech SIMATS even does. I didn't know anyone. So when there used to be Bangalore, there used to be all these Lal Bagh and all these Sankey Tank and all this. Morning, rich people used to walk. Okay, back then drones are very fancy. So what we used to do, morning 7 o'clock I used to go to call, 7 o'clock with my team I used to go and fly drone and distribute visiting cards. Because I know everybody who's coming there who's walking at 7 o'clock or 6:30 in the morning has to be somebody who is at least having some level of net worth. Because they're all walking in 6:30 in the morning, they're all stressed outside and walking. So 100 these fellows will be flying drones, so they'll be very happy to see something, and I will happy to get their contact. So I called every one of them up and found out what they were doing, whether we have some use case over there, everything, right? So doing those activities really meant, and I was after, you can say I was after the MSc, after all these awards and that. But when you're doing all of that, you really feel that how does it matter, right? And sometimes your ego will hurt, saying that all this nonsense you will, and not only you in your own this thing, your family, everybody will ask you, okay, why did you study so much content in engineering and get good marks and do all this nonsense to go fly drone in some random park daily to find out how to get the next business, right? So that will all be a very big doubting phase in your life, right? But to be honest, that doesn't matter. It will take so much time. It will take 18 months. Some people you might be lucky to get something 6 months. That might take 18 months. Sometimes take even more than 2 years. Right? Sometimes the company will fail and some other new company also will fail. Right? But the process is never a question of how much time. It's a question of journey. It's about just building to get there. Eventually you will find your this thing.
As you said the answers, I think questioning that itself, sir. You said that your family will question you, you are studying for this, which thing is, and still you are doing for this. How did you face those struggles, sir? Because now the young people who are there going to be an entrepreneur, struggling to face the struggles.
Same, it will be there.
Yeah. That's why they have some ingredients to start the entrepreneurship. That's why they're going for safer side as working as an employee.
See, I'll tell you something. It will 100% be there because it's obvious. Parents want everybody who is giving you some life want you to be happy and secure, right? The success rate in a startup is about 10% of companies survive more than 2 years. Okay, so it's going to be a struggle for sure, right? I never got any support at all. I wouldn't say I got support. I got 3 times food and mobile phone recharge. That was my only deal, right? So that time at least mobile phone recharge was 300 rupees per month. Now it's 300 rupees per 3 months, I suppose, right? But that's the only thing I had a thing of. And I'll tell you one thing. When I started the company, the first thing I told myself was I didn't reach some great goals. We didn't think we get customer. The first thing what I told ourselves, me and my founder, we realized that we don't know how to run a business. That was first realization. I have never been there. So first our goal was to get incubated. get a company into somebody else who knows to run a business. So our goal was very clear. In 3 or 6 months, we should get an incubation into some other incubator. Okay. We didn't want to get customers, we wanted to get one incubator. Then from that incubator, we wanted to get some 3 customers. Then from 3 customers, get funded. So you always have one goal, realistic goal in mind. So when you tell your parents or tell somebody else also, it will not sound as if you are mad, right? You have to sound as if, okay, in 3 or 6 months, if I get incubation, I have achieved something. That means somebody else also trusts in my idea, right? Not only me. So you have realistic goals and communicate a realism. I'm not saying that will be easier, but it is better from your other goal of saying I'm running a company and not daily not being jobless in some coffee shop. Which is what I did anyway. I was in a coffee shop drinking one coffee daily.
As you said that you built a drone, right, sir? So we need a sufficient finance for building a drone, because my brother also, who is working still as building a drone, he is in Singapore, okay? And he is still struggling to build it out. So, but he need a finance, so he was also working in a normal as an employee, as well as he is connecting to the company also. So how did you face the financial struggles? Because as we are here, we also want to
I tell you. So very nice question. So the point is, when I started the company, right, I realized that we didn't have any money. Right? Earning money is not so hard, by the way. Okay, people think it might be hard. It's not so hard. Okay. So when I was running this college project also, we used to go for sponsorship for some big companies, GE, some heavy big companies, right? So we used to ask money to send us to US to participate in some competition. Nobody gave. Nobody cared. Okay. And I won't care. Because I told myself, some college student club comes and asks me money, why I give money? It's like giving it to Tirupati only equal. Right? So there is no reason for any corporate company to support any student club or any early stage company. There's no reason. Zero business incentives. Right? So then what we used to do as a team, we went to all our schools. Okay, everybody is studying in some decent school. Okay. We know drones was very fancy. Drones is still fancy. Drones that time was even more fancy. Okay. So we told them we'll conduct workshop on drones. Okay, or something else, anything, whatever ideas, IoT, whatever, blah blah blah. They're all very fancy ideas, right? Fancy terminologies. In head it will be like, wow, it's great. And we used to entertain the children between 9th standard to 12th standard for 3 hours, 6 hours. 3 hours. Sometimes 3 hours, sometimes 6 hours. We used to give them certificates for the entertainment, which is basically taking some course, telling them, we will teach you how to build drone, how this works, how that works. 500 rupees I used to collect per student per certificate. Okay. Like this audience, doubles the audience we used to get in one session. Okay. So that is around 200 people. Okay. 200 into 500 rupees per 3 hours or 6 hours. 1 lakh rupees we used to make in one day. And the way we used to do that is basically go to every single my own friends' schools, right? So you would have your friends, no? So there will be like 5 people, 5 schools you'll get. All those students also will be very good studying students, so the principal will know them. So for us to go and convince this workshop for school was not too hard. The moment that happened, we used to have a local newspaper publish one small article. We'll take that article and go into some 3 or 4 more schools. Okay. Like this we did. Within 3 months we made 5 lakh rupees. Okay. That was more. And the funny part is that 5 lakh rupees was not, earning the money is not hard. Okay. Like this. You get the idea, you get. Challenge is how you spend it. Right? That is very hard. That I didn't know so well. So the point is, earning 3 lakh rupees, 5 lakh rupees is easy. Okay, you'll do something like this, you'll work somewhere because somebody will give you money. But after that, spending 3 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees very wisely, is a very hard story. It is not easy. Okay, so point is, instead of renting a camera, we bought a camera. Like that time we used to have GoPro, right? We bought for 30,000 rupees. The rent was only 500 rupees per day. I used to have rented it, but he randomly went and bought it, right? So to know how to spend money is so much as important as how to earn it. Where do you spend the money? Where do you not spend money? Do you spend money on people? Do you spend money on equipment? Do you spend the money on marketing? How, where? How to allocate your money that you have? Right? So that is so important. That took me so much while to actually get it. Still, I would still say that I don't know how well to spend money. Okay? Because that is how big businesses are built. Because they know very well how to spend the money. Not about how they earn money. How they spend money is a lot more important to make a big business. Anyway.
Sir, I just want to know your first project experience. How was your experience? Did you succeed or not?
There's nothing called, I would say, succeeded or success or failure, right? So I don't even remember my first project, to be honest, right? I think we built some drone, we flew it somewhere, we crashed it somewhere. Right? So I don't even think that we had a success or failure. It's a project, we learned something about it and we went on.
We have overcome a lot of problems in our life. We have some mantras for that problem.
Some philosophy and all it has. No, only one line. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Ramkumar sir to give a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon. Thank you for your patience. Just give me a immense pleasure to deliver a vote of thanks for our workshop on problem solving and ideation by Mr. Mugilan Ramaswamy sir, co-founder and CEO, Skylark Drones, Bangalore. I express my sincere thanks to our today's speaker for accepting our invitations and deliver a motivational speech in the workshop. Even though with this busy schedule, thank you sir. And I thank our management, Chancellor sir, Vice Chancellor sir, DOE and Director ma'am for encouraging us to conduct this type of workshops in our campus. We express my thanks to our principal sir, deans and HODs. I also thank the organizing members for the workshops for the grand success. Not but the least, I thank the students, participants for their patience, listening. I hope the workshop is grand success by carrying over the words of the speaker. Thank you all.